certain cases.
You had mentioned social media. Can you tell the jury what experience you've had working with social media records?
Yes. So, especially ever since I got to the gang unit, the social media has been an invaluable tool, especially when it comes to gang prosecution, as far as evidentiary value, because of both the...
All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just get straight into it, and then I'm going to further prove my theory. So take this as a theory, but a pretty good one. Got it? All right, cool. Did y'all grow up with parents that would separate y'all when y'all all got in trouble? Because nobody would admit to it? That's what y'all seen today. That's what y'all seen yesterday. When they said that FANI WILLIS came down with her vodka on her birthday. Happy birthday to me. Would you like to cop a plea? All you gotta do is write down what slime and YSL really means. Bruh, that was some BS right there. What deal? You know what they all said? No. Nobody signed no plea deals because you know why? They're winning. Yes, the defense is winning. And on top of that, let's be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Young Thug can't take a plea deal of any admission of guilt. Now, Young Thug should definitely take a plea deal if they say, you know what? We'll drop all the charges. But no admittance of anything. Why? Feds can get involved. Dual sovereignty. We already know that part. But also, the biggest one. If Young Thug accepts anything, he's going to be sued by the survivors of by them being victims and survivors of the violent acts. So, y'all remember when the guy came through with the piece of head missing, and no, he didn't poop his pants, he didn't pee his pants, he spilled water, and they thought that, you know, he messed up and stuff like that, but he didn't. That's why he was there. He was there essentially to be on the record. So in that instance, as dirty as Miss Love plays things, that one right there was strategic because it attacks the money. Because if that money is now looked at, they get to go, we get a piece of it. Because not only does Young Thug get sued by him, Young Thug gets sued by who? Nuts Mom. Everybody on the opposite side, Lucci Mom, and I don't think Lucci Mom was sued anyways, because I personally think Lucci Mom is thugging like that. I think, shit. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, mama, how you doing? Yeah, nah, I like Lucci Mama. She came in there and she was like, she ain't see nothing. She didn't see nothing. But she ain't let them know nothing about nothing, and that's how you're supposed to do it. I will go off on somebody who was testifying, but we ain't finna do all that. That's not why we're here. So, there's that. But also, y'all think FANI WILLIS was going to get everybody in and say, let's settle this during election time after she'd have said this?
Today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffrey Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the District Attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs. And there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community. And so they have to be rooted out of our community. I said just a week or two ago, it does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of this district attorney's office, and we are going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. I agree with Chief Bryant. What you see yesterday and what you will see in the upcoming months and years is the result of a lot of hard work by both the Atlanta Police Department and this office. We are proud to bring forth this indictment and hopefully to bring justice to a lot of the community who was victimized through the course you see in this indictment. But more importantly, the most important thing that we are here to do is to keep this community safe, and we believe removing these 28 defendants will keep Fulton County safer. Yes, sir.
The indictment's got Young Thug and a bunch of other rappers. There was one name I was actually expecting to see there that I didn't, and that's Jack Harlow. Can you speak to that?
What I'll tell you is that as large as this indictment is, I told my team that let's not be sexy, let's not overreach, let's be conservative in our approach, which is always the approach that I take. And in taking that approach, 28 defendants were indicted, and they were indicted for the crimes that I believe were appropriate for this RICO indictment. And so I won't speak to any person that is not named.
These are serious, significant charges. I would imagine you're going to see some pretty serious sentencing here. I know it's early, but can you talk a little bit about the type of sentences they might be facing?
Well, we'll ask on the different charges for the maximum penalties, and there's obviously many people that are looking at life under this indictment. You're absolutely right. These are serious times. They're serious allegations, and it is my opinion that violence in our community deserves maximum penalties.
In a recent interview, you said in the coming weeks and months to expect indictments, RICO charges, gang charges. We see that with fear. This is only focused on the YSL gang. At that time, you used plural indictments. Should we expect more indictments against singular gangs in the coming weeks and months? Is that what you were meaning with that quote?
Yeah, and if you're already aware, we dropped an indictment not that long ago against YFN. It is certainly a tool that I believe in, which is using RICO. I believe, the reason that I believe in it as a tool is it allows juries and the communities to see the complete picture of a crime so they can truly be educated and have facts to weigh when they're making decisions. And so if you're asking, should you expect to see other RICO indictments against other street gang organizations? Absolutely.
Two questions specific to YSL. With the 20-some people arrested here or named, how big is this gang? Is that a good portion of the gang you're operating in Atlanta, and how long were you investigating them?
If you look at the indictment, the crimes that are alleged within it go all the way back from 2012 to 2022. I wouldn't say that it contains every act of crime that YSL committed. It is a significant gang that operates here in Atlanta, Georgia, and not every member became a defendant within this indictment, but certainly a significant amount did, and certainly some of the leadership, which is what's most important. We're not going to just target the children that are running out at the direction of leaders and not target leaders.
Madam DA, how much?
Go ahead, Michael.
Sure. How much did social media, music play a role in bringing this indictment?
Social media is a wonderful tool for prosecutors in every indictment we bring nowadays.
And let's talk about, obviously, YSL. There are the territories at Cleveland Avenue, no secret. We've seen a ton of violence, innocent bystanders get hit. So you guys believe that by getting them off the streets, that people in that neighborhood who are living in fear can actually have some peace now?
I believe that people in that neighborhood and at every corner of Fulton County deserve to be safe, even if it is financially lower, socially, economically. You know, I don't think that part of the community should be left behind. Me and the mayor and the police chief have talked about the fact that Cleveland in our community is referred to as Cleveland, that it is somewhere where just violence occurs, where they're marking up territory as blood territory. It's horrible. And you're absolutely right. That community deserves to be safe, and we are hoping that this helps to keep them safe.
Gang members are going to be housed or brought in at the same time. How are you and Sheriff Labat working to keep them away from each other in the jail, especially with YSL Lucci being targeted as that came out recently?
Well, I won't step outside of my lane. I am the district attorney of Fulton County. I am not the sheriff. I have great confidence in the sheriff. He knew that this was coming as a law enforcement partner, and I believe that he is well prepared, but you'd have to speak to him to make sure that everyone within his facility is safe.
This indictment names a few, it's not just social media posts, but songs that have been released by Young Thug and others, where it goes through the lyrics, evidence supporting the RICO conspiracy. And I'd like you to speak to the First Amendment issues that obviously raises.
This issue's been ruled on by the courts. I knew that that question was coming. I believe in the First Amendment. It's one of our most precious rights. However, the First Amendment does not protect people from prosecutors using it as evidence if it is such. In this case, we put it as overt and predicate acts within the RICO count because we believe that's exactly what it is.
Let's allow Sheriff Labat to answer.
I have one more from Ms. Willis.
What's the last time you prosecuted a RICO case? Was that the APS case?
This office? No, since I've been here as the district attorney, I think we've indicted probably 4 or 5 RICOs at this point. So it's a tool I use.
First of all, good afternoon. I believe both Madam DA and Chief Bryant are really raising the level of consciousness in what we're doing within Fulton County, and certainly they deserve our appreciation. With respect to the specific question as to safety and so many people being brought in, we are housing them accordingly to include other facilities. So I encourage everyone to really download the Sheriff's app if you want to know specifically where individuals are, and you'll be accommodated accordingly.
Sheriff Levine, like I said, jumping to the indictment, there was an element of it where they were talking about Montavious Greer communicating with an inmate, where the inmate had a cell phone that was contraband. But it was clear from the indictment that you had been, or that all of you had been, monitoring that conversation. But it leads me to ask a question you're probably not going to answer. Was that cell phone deliberately given to an inmate so that those conversations could be monitored?
So I did have an opportunity to read your editorial that you posted in the Buckhead blog or whatever it was from that perspective. And so you're right, I'm not going to answer that. So, appreciate it. We'll leave that to Madam DA.
Can you tell us of the 28 who were indicted, how many have been arrested, how many are large, how many are already in custody?
You know, and I do not have that exact number. I can tell you approximately 10 were already in custody. I believe as of last night, we had arrested at least 3. As of last night, I expect to see more arrests today and in the upcoming weeks, but I'm realistic. It's probably going to take the next 2 weeks to get everyone in custody.
You know, there's been some discrepancies about where Gunn is. Maybe this is better for the sheriff. Where is he in custody?
Short answer, Michael, he's not in custody.
Okay. I mean, has there been arrangements for him to surrender, or is he considered a fugitive right now?
Well, we're making arrangements as much as he had representatives call me last night directly. So we'll muddle through that piece and let you know. And again, download the Sheriff's app. Make sure.
Sheriff, one more question.
Yes, sir.
Have you had to take any special precautionary measures at the jail in light of high profile? I mean, you mentioned people being housed differently, but just safety for your corrections officers, and what kind of, are you able to reveal some of the things you've had to do in light of?
And that's a great question, and I appreciate you taking the time to come visit us a couple weeks ago. To that extent, based on some of the things that we found, we've already begun new procedures, and so the opportunity for us to maintain safety is paramount. Thank you.
Follow up on Michael's question with the indictment names being out there now. Are any of the individuals considered fugitives? Is there a worry that some of them are on the run now? Do they know that they're indicted?
In this business, I'm certain that there will be some people that won't volunteer to come into custody. There is no concern that somebody will escape being arrested.
One last question, I'm sorry. How significant was the arrest of Christian Eppinger with regard to the timeline of this indictment? Like, I have been looking at it where that arrest set off this 90-day clock, but I'm reasonably certain you were looking at YSL before all of this. Did that create a sort of a time situation where you wanted to get this done?
No, there was long ago a time-sensitive importance or significance to this particular case. I was a prosecutor, as you know, for 16 years, 4 months, and 4 days in this office. The murder of Donovan Thomas in 2015 created violence like Atlanta has never seen. It was a goal of my predecessor and any person or prosecutor in this office to make sure that that family received justice, because everyone is entitled to justice. Was a commitment I made from the first day I walked into this office. Very shortly after me becoming the DA, I sat down with Mr. Thomas's mother, and I made her a promise that her son was as valuable as any other person within our community, and that I would put resources on this case, and that I would do everything I could to make sure that her son had justice. And yesterday was a proud day for me.
Was there any connection between the killing of young Doug's children's mother and this gang?
I don't believe any. Thank you.
This ain't nothing but conquering by division. Conquer and divide. Because sitting them down, having them chill like that, some of them are housed now in different spots in different places. You don't think that FANI WILLIS sat there and was like, hey baby, you want to go home today? All you got to do is just sign And I tell you what, I'll give you about 5 years of probation. You get off in 2. Keep your nose clean. And after you keep your nose clean, we just go ahead and have you admit YSL is a gang. You won't have to come testify, and you can get out of here. I think they looked at that stuff and said, bullshit. Take that up out of here. Nah, we in the end game, baby. We are in the end game. The reason we don't have court today is simple. Something had happened. I won't reveal it. That is for somebody else to reveal, but it ain't what y'all think. It's actually something super simple. So there's that. Added with the fact of this, I'm not taking no shots at nobody, and I'm definitely a person who has mispronounced words as far as names go. But I'm going to say this. Y'all better realize that without this Young Thug trial, some of these channels die. And I'm not talking about they die because it's over. I mean they die because they doing BS. I can't tell you how many channels I seen today saying the judge has declared a mistrial. All type of fake news. And I'm looking like, yeah, no. And before anybody says anything, understand something. Over here, if we get it wrong, we literally point it out. Even in times where technically we've been wrong, but the way that we went about it over here was 100% wrong. Like the Glanville stuff. But either way it goes. So, basically, what I'm alluding to is this. I appreciate you guys. Because there's no need to be first. It's all about getting it right. I don't want to be right. I want to get it right for you guys because you guys make the channel. I don't make nothing. I ain't even bragged about it because I'm just like, you know what? F it. We'll do it. And I think I can have a big time rapper mess around and throw in some money. But bro, we only 100 subscribers away from the 200K giveaway. And I was trying to kind of push it back because I have something very big, special planned in Atlanta for Saturday. So if we're able to pull this off, then great. If we're not, then hey, it is what it is. But either way it goes. I don't think in my mind that FANI Willis' intent was truly to dismiss this case. It's politics season. And remember the video that we found information about how she destroyed the person who literally was going against her. She's going to destroy Courtney Kramer. Utterly obliterate her. To the point where Courtney Kramer even came out today and was like, I'm not just joining this because I'm just trying to get these charges dismissed. We don't know what you stand for, and we definitely don't know you. Say what you want about FANI Willis. We know FANI Willis. We don't know you. We know FANI Willis like pina coladas. She like vodka, and she don't like to make sandwiches. And she likes married men, allegedly. And ducking subpoenas. Allegedly. But either way it goes. Nah. So, that was conquering divide. Because if we can get somebody to sit here and go, hey, you know what? I'll sign the deal. I'll go home right now. Then that makes it all look bad. This far in the game? Hell no. More than likely, this trial is going to be over in March or April. It is. So when we look at it, we got to go, what's in it for everybody? There are people right now, besides Lil Rod, the charges, and I think Sunday we'll have to go back through it and let y'all know individually what each person is charged with, just so you can know how serious it is. Now, somebody like Lil Rod, if they said, you know what, Lil Rod, we'll drop that M1 and you'll be able to go home, bruh, F Young Thug. Get the hell up out of there. Ain't no way in this world. Get Ghost. Ain't no time for that. Hey, you got a whole life to live. But I don't think that's what happened. So, no. Take this shit to motherfucking trial. That's the name of the game. Now, as far as sliding like Shotty go, and still dissing and still talking trash about people, first off, homie, you the only one to admit that Young Thug was a part of Rock Crew. Nobody else admitted that. Hell, even the so-called founder said that he came later. There's no way he could be Rock Crew because he ain't from Cleveland is what they said. They say he from Little Haiti. Now, me, I don't know anything about Atlanta. I just like a Georgia peach. But either way that goes, you should probably calm down with the BS. Your ass is showing up to that stand on Monday. She's not going to grant the mistrial. She's not going to do anything. But Sadie Nash, what about Bruce Harvey and Quamarvius Nichols and all of that stuff? For the new people, let me tell you, in my opinion, based off of what they've been doing, Bruce Harvey in particular, he's wanted to have his client severed from this case because he believes his client sitting there with everybody else makes him look guilty. Because basically, it's all of these freaking acts, 56 acts? That the jury gonna say he gotta be guilty of something. And Bruce Harvey is a legend. You don't like to lose, why would you? Bruce Harvey is famous for literally going, destroying a case, meaning doing a good job, and telling the cop on the stand, thank you. While the cop was supposed to be testifying against his client. It don't get no colder than that. Get your ass a blanket. Shit. So, no. They've been trying to get themselves away from there. There's no way in hell. And I keep trying to tell y'all, bro. FANI Willis' game plan is literally this. She told y'all in the clip. YSL, YFN, they're all guilty of this stuff. And y'all don't think these people didn't hear about Moontunk going to jail? Nobody, as far as the people watching inside the courtroom, thought it was really that bad. So, yeah. And also, since we'll be in Atlanta, man, if y'all want to donate to Moontunk, I know his family. Trust me, I know his family. If y'all want to donate, listen, just send it to the Sadie Nash Cash App, and literally, we'll send that to them. We'll get it to them tomorrow. I'll be out there tomorrow, and that's how we'll do that. So you already know, $ Sadie Nash. Just send. I promise you, I won't touch a thing. That ain't how I'm built. I don't get down like that. We've already donated thousands of dollars on this channel. Anyways, thanks to people like you, we've given thousands to the kids in Philly. I think we had like about this much to do with kids now in Philly, a little safer. Not saying Philly is safer, but the violence has went down. And I believe that the visionaries 100% played a part in that because we hired people, well, we didn't hire, we supported people who were in the field doing the work like Eric Hunter. So if you still feeling like I feel, and you're like, man, we still feel bad, Moontunk still has a son that's not going anywhere like his dad, and it's just cool, man. If y'all want to do something about it. We can't get to Ashley Merchant yet because Ashley Merchant is doing a ton of stuff. So there's that. But for now, if y'all want to, $ Sadie Nash, and literally, there you go. It's not 3 Y's or anything like that, 3 D's. No, it's CEDDYNASH, just like I spell it. But subscribe, turn on that bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware. And if you're in Atlanta, I'll catch you tomorrow. But until then, we still gonna make a video. So I'll catch you in the next one.